raining a little bit. Oh yeah, we're getting a little drifty, folks. Getting a little video here of the moose. The moose is flying. Sam Collier driving. Sam, I got hooked up. He called me out of the clear blue sky. He says, hey man, I'll put an upgraded fuel injection on that car if you let me drive it. And I go, how much? He said, nothing, that's the deal. You let me drive, I'll put these parts on it. Sold! Well, this is our first test. The car's running great. The engine pulls all the way to redline, which is only 6,000, but for the Volvo, that's spinning. And it has never done that before. It's running much better. Sam has also upgraded the fuel cell. We can pick up fuel even when there's only 2 gallons in it. That's been an ongoing issue that we're making better and better. And the clutch works. The clutch has taken us out of 3 events. And we finally got that figured out. We changed the size of the master cylinder for the clutch. It had a line that was getting pinched. So anyway, I'm pretty excited so far. The initial tests are good. It's amazing how quiet that car is with no muffler on it at all. But the muffler is the turbo. Plus, even though the thing's running strong, it's only making something like in the high 180s, 190s wheel horsepower. So it's in the budget endurance field, it's a good competitive car. Compared to any real race car or track car, Corvette Z6, nah, it's way slower, but it's a lot more fun. Okay, latest version of the Flying Moose. We're about to hit the track here at a track called Little Talledega. It's in northern Alabama. We've got all kind of new technology stirred into the Moose. Dyno says it's running really well. Feels pretty good. Water temp's good. First lap out of the pits. Don't want to get myself in too much trouble here. I haven't been here in a couple of years. We did an episode of the Racing Line here on braking. Be sure to check out the Racing Line on YouTube. It's a Motor Trend video. Oh, that corner decreases. Running good so far. A little jiggly up front, might be a flat spot or something. Oh, I forgot to put my gloves on. I can't reach them. Okay. Turn 1, green flag. Got a lot of banking, but you don't want to go off. The car is supposed to have a lot more power in the upper rev ranges. Late apex. Woo, she turns in. The suspension's about the same. Oh, it's definitely pulling better at high revs than it was. That was an Exo set, which is a little tube frame kit car made out of a Mazda Miata. It's never pulled that well in high res before. Hey, this is kind of fun, folks. Clutch is working. That's been a bugaboo for us. Water temp's good. Catching a little bubble. Man, does it pull at high res. Sam Collier's our tuner. He's a Volvo guy. That's his wagon we just passed. Decreasing radius. Nice and drifty.
Did it finally bobble?
Well, you tell me.
I don't know.
I thought I was seeing mid-11s.
That's fine.
And then I was seeing mid-12s.
Okay.
And I got a little more popping. Mid-12s are not good, right? Too lean?
It's not ideal.
So maybe it's starting to
Run out of fuel?
run out of fuel.
Well-
It never died.
Huh?
It never died. I just started reading a little higher on this gauge, as I recall.
That's good. That's good that you
I think our air fuel was in the mid-11s and went to the mid-12s.
Okay.
And I didn't remember what you told me was damage danger.
12.5 is like peak power on a turbo car.
Yeah.
But I'm tuning it for longevity, so I'm shooting for like 11.8s.
Yeah, that's where it was. It was 11.8 or under.
Yeah.
And then it started running in the mid-12s.
We may have started.
So I brought it in. Has a lot of fuel pressure out there, like 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, when it gets into boost, it will go up. I'm not sure if this is the end of your session. Everything else is
So,
okay though? I mean,
that was great, Sam. Thing hauls butt.
well, you look like you were having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, Sam was good. It's got pedal knockback.
On the brakes?
Yeah, beware of that.
Okay.
It's a little disconcerting. You get on the pedal and it goes further than you think.
Okay.
Water temp was running about 190.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it was nice and cool. Transmission's working great.
Clutch, how's the clutch feel?
Beautiful.
It's a lot more
Oh, it
manageable.
feels normal.
Yeah, it's not like on off.
Yeah, it feels normal.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Excellent. Excellent.
That's beautiful, Sam.
Okay.
Yeah, everything seemed to be working great. I was just loving it.
You look like you were having fun.
Yeah,
we
just
were out
loving
here.
it.
We were out here laughing along with you. So
I said I could see the smile
also,
through your helmet.
With only 3 gallons in it, I ran kind of a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I cranked it up yesterday and had to warm it up for a little while. So I mean, it really was probably less than 3 gallons.
That's amazing.
Well, it's better.
And I think we're going to see it on this air fuel gauge first when we get low.
Sure.
I heard a couple more pops off throttle.
That's fine.
It seemed to do that more at the end than it did at the beginning.
Okay.
And I think it was in the mid upper 11s and it went to the mid 12s.
Yeah.
And I came in because I thought that meant we were starting to run out of gas, but it didn't shut the engine off. So that's good if we know that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a gauge of some sort.
Well, maybe we can do that.
Maybe we won't need it, like you say. If it goes 2 hours, who cares,
Well,
right?
basically, I haven't got enough experience to give you like a solid number of like gallons per hour. But basically, given our fuel cell size and everything, we need to keep it under 11 gallons an hour. And also, power has a lot to do with that. You know, the car might use 8 gallons per hour on 10 pounds of boost, but it might use 9 or 10 gallons an hour on 15 pounds of boost. It's another kind of like, we can't.
Yes, sir.
You know,
more power, less mileage.
Yeah, much less mileage.
But guess what? This thing pulls so well all the way to 6.
Was it lagging?
It just goes.
Did you feel like it was not coming on soon enough? Okay,
no.
Good.
No,
I mean, like I said, you're never below $3,000, so where would it ever be a problem? You know?
Right. I was not that far below 4, to tell you the truth, by the exit. That was all great.
Yeah,
it was so nice to feel that engine pulling from 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Burp, burp.
Well, you probably were the fastest car on the track.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a couple of pretty fast cars out there.
I was watching that Miata. He was turning about the same time.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's a fast car. It's an A car.
The Miata's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. It was great.
Man, he brakes late.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, I didn't really trust that pedal. I'm hoping that master cylinder will fix that.
Okay. Well, we'll get it in there and.
It's never been so sensitive before.
Yeah, the air fuel ratios were actually on the bleeding edge. Lean. So air fuel AFR's right here, and so like right there on initial tip in, but it's really, but once, like, here we are, we're now at 14 pounds of boost, we're at 1130 air fuel ratio,
I see the
1140.
boost ramping up there, right?
Yeah.
Oops,
So
sorry.
the red line is boost, and you can see TPS is the
I've never seen this on data before.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
How do you like that ramp? Does that look like a pretty good ramp up?
Yeah, fine. I mean, that's
I don't get to see
3,400
that very
RPM.
often.
So, I mean, you can see where I put the pedal to the floor at 3,100 RPMs, and it's making 1 pound of boost already. And actually, you can break it down by time if you wanted to look at how many seconds it took to get to full boost.
How many seconds was that?
So we slapped the throttle there at 398.448, and it hit full boost right there at
400.
So 1.6 seconds.
Oh.
And that's below 3,500 RPM. See, we're only at 3,400 RPM right there.
37, we'd have more RPM.
It'd be there quicker.
We're at 34 when it's full, but we're only 31 when it starts.
Yes.
Now, if it was 34 when it started,
And
this would be half as long.
And if you look on the dyno, which we started on the dyno in 4th gear at like 2,000 RPM, it's not making full boost until 3,500 RPMs on the dyno.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I was concerned.
Yeah,
like
the little turbo will.
Oh yeah, the little turbo was rocking and rolling.
Yeah, but then it just kills you over 5,000. Done.
But I was mostly interested in air fuel ratio and air intake temperature. And like you can see it come up, but
yeah, and I was seeing 12.5.
when I would get on the gas right here initially, I would see like 12.2, 12.3,
all
but
the way down the straight.
yeah, that's too lean. Well, it's not too lean, but that's not what we're wanting.
And it was changing.
Yeah, it was
It had
getting
been
leaner.
in the middle 11s.
Yeah.
Which means we were having a pickup issue of some sort, but I did not look at the pressure. This is great, though.
Well, this is cheap. This is the
Megasquirt.
cheapest
If you wanna
Megasquirt
get
you
the
can
better
get.
Megasquirt,
So
you
you
got
want to know how
more-
much money
more
I've got in
data.
all this? What you're giving me a track day for? About less than $500 in parts.
Okay, this is your track day. I hope you enjoy it.
Nah.
It's raining a little bit. Oh yeah, we're getting a little drifty, folks. I'm liking that, for sure. This is the new transmission. Moose left, people. Wrap up from Little Talledega, Talledega Grand Prix Raceway, where we ran the Flying Moose, tuned up by my new friend Sam Collier from down in Montgomery, Alabama. Sam's an old Volvo guy, perfect. He's not that old, but his Volvos are. We had a great day today. The car was fast, but then we had a terrible day. It blew a head gasket right at the very end. Oh. Let's see, more boost, more power, blow head gasket. Have you guys ever heard that one before? We're going to find out why. Also, the fuel cell pickups are new. He redid them so that the pumps, pressure pumps, would get positive pressure from the fuel cell, and that worked great so far anyway. I ran for 20 minutes on just 3 gallons, which is amazing, 2 of the 3. And then the clutch assembly is now working beautifully. We've had a lot of trouble with that. Sam put in a smaller master cylinder. We had too big a one. And that gives it more travel. It's a lot easier. And it worked beautifully all day. So all those were positives. And this about putting the power down, guess what? Our droop straps are chains, and they somehow got wrapped up, and they were limiting the rear droop. We think that was the issue there. Thanks for following along. We're going to race the car in just a couple of weeks with Champ Car at Atlanta Motorsport Park.